You go anywhere else where it's like a business like Andy's Burgers. Andy's Burgers is all right, but Andy's Burgers #2 might be bullshit. Like same thing with Flo's. If Flo, you ever talk shit about Flo's, I might backhand smack the fuck out of you, because Flo's is a great business. But Flo's #1 ain't like Flo's #2. They got two different menus, two different fucking clientels, two different people to serve. Flo's #1 is like real countryside. Veteranos go there. You're gonna see at least one World War II or Vietnam veteran over there eating, right? Versus like Flo's #2 is like more so for like the locals, right? You know, it's like an old school diner type vibe and shit like that. So with these like old school establishments, man, it's just like respect it, man. No one's gonna think you're cool because you hate on In-N-Out, guy. Like, who the fuck you think you are? You're not nobody just because you hate on In-N-Out. And if you do hate In-N-Out and you bring up like a Burger King or some shit like that, do me a favor and just jump out a window, whatever closest window. I don't give a fuck if you're in a car. Jump out of that right now, cause you fucking on you just high. You high as a bitch to me, bruh. I don't understand what the fuck it is.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Superbelly. Back in the place to be, La Merca Superior Palace 81 Studios. We in the building, live in effect, live and direct. It's your boy, Mr. 9 Times and Presley. Look at that. I wanted Presley to come up here and tell everybody how much he doesn't like them. Tell him, buddy. Tell him. Say something. Works every time. It works every time. Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? Yo, who the fuck is going on our driveway? Oh, word? Oh, word. I fucking hate my neighbors. Look at these motherfuckers. I wish I had a different camera. These motherfuckers don't even know I'm locked and loaded, ready to go. Get it cracking, get it crack-a-lacking. Do something, bitch! I dare you. I didn't mean to scream. I didn't mean to holler like that. Holy shit. Wow. Okay, that was really something else, wasn't it? Okay, so now that awkward shit got out of the way, we got a whole heap of shit going on. So we didn't even talk about the stuff I wanted to talk about last time. It's just, I've been watching Cat Williams, man. Cat Williams, that interview he did, it broke the internet. Like it really broke the fucking internet, dog. Like, let me explain what happened over here, because I know people are gonna be like, yo, that was random as fuck. Okay, so I hate my neighbors, everybody knows, but these assholes, I hate when people, they drive up on your driveway to back out. Newsflash, dipshit, you're gonna have to reverse anyway, so you going all the way up to go come, like, that shit doesn't even matter. So I really hate them, and it looked like they were just like stopped right there looking at me and shit. That's why I got all crazy. But it's just like, bro, like, common sense says maybe you should probably respect your neighbors, but these fucking foreigners that come from third world countries and shit, they have no sense of respect when it comes to our culture over here. And you could tell it's like they really don't care about the way things are over here going down over here. So maybe it just takes somebody like me to whip some ass every once in a while to get this shit where it needs to be, man. It's all about respect with me, man. Like, if you're really cool with me, I'm really cool with you, man. But if I vehemently tell you, you need to get the fuck off of our property, and you still don't do it, well, then there's less talking and more action after that, right? So Cat Williams, he's over here stirring a ruck. Like, everybody got response video. Everybody jumping out the bushes for a Cat Williams response video, the reaction video and all that shit. And I don't understand what the big deal is, and of course some people, well, actually what you said wasn't really like people. There's always those fucking jagoffs that act that swear like they know everything. It's like, and also too, there's three sides of every story. Like, there's so much bullshit people try to like put in to like permeate somebody's success in a way, but it's just like the bottom line is, bro, like this fool did so many views in so little hours just off of like his truth, you know what I mean? And like, not even his truth, but the words that he said. Like, fuck the truth. That, like, the truth doesn't matter at this point. Everything he could have said could have been a fucking lie. The fact that he came out and he said what he said and it garnished so much viewership, it just speaks to how much of a fan people love. Like, it just speaks to how much of a fan people are of him and his character and his personality, because now at this point, people aren't even like fans of you for what you do. Like, people aren't like clicking for you because you're one of the greatest rappers or whatever, or you're one of the greatest singers. Like, they're tapping in primarily because of your personality. Like, I never heard I don't hear too much of artists being recognized for their work initially versus their personality. Like, some of the best, like The Rock, right? The Rock is probably not one of the best wrestlers of all time, but he's probably one of the best personalities. Same thing with Stone Cold. Like, yeah, in the ring, he probably, Stone Cold and The Rock, like, on paper, yeah, it's one of the greatest. But if you ever, like, I think I watched the last match, or maybe one of the WrestleMania matches, but I remember thinking, like, this match isn't that great. Like, you know what I mean? But the promos are awesome. Like, people just love watching wrestling because of what it is. It's like it's like a drama, you know what I mean? It's a personality contest. And I think that's just, what it is. Like, that's what's been selling. People don't, if you're a recluse, people aren't really going to be checking on you. It takes very few people with zero personality for people to actually fuck with it. Even like somebody like a Makami, shout out to him. Without his interviews, I think people, like, it wasn't really until his interviews that, in my opinion, that people really started clicking for him. Like, before it'd be like, oh yeah, this fool Mock, like, his album is really dope. But that was like with the underground heads like myself, that when HBO dropped, it was like, dog, his shit is wild. But then also too, the hook was that he was dropping albums that people couldn't even afford. And then it was like, people got to hear him speak his mind, his perspective, and what he had to say. And then people, like, I got, like, from the interview I posted on him, people were fucking like blown away by the amount of validity in his perspective. And I think that's really dope. You know what I mean? It proves my point that the personality sells more than anything. And I think that's what grabs people. Even with me checking out the Cat Williams interview, I go back and I'm like, oh, I remember all these jokes. Of course, Pimp Chronicles, one of the best fucking stand-up specials of all time. I think the Pimp Chronicles is definitely top 3. My top 3 stand-up comedies of all time would probably be America's Mexican, Pimp Chronicles, and then I want to say More People Are Going Up Our Fucking Driveway. Like, what's going on with this shit, bro? I really don't understand. Like, someone's gonna get shot at some point. someone might get popped, and I will do time, and I won't give a fuck. I don't understand. I don't understand what people don't get about fucking respect people's property, bruh. What is it? Fucking breaking the whole shit of the fucking broadcast. So yeah, Pimp Chronicles, America's Mexican, and I don't know, man. Like, there's so many of them that could be. Those are definitely my top two, but like, maybe Why You Crying, but that don't count because a lot of Why You Crying and America's Mexican is super similar. Maybe Live on the Sunset Strip, something like that. Richard Pryor. So yeah, going back to Makami, I really love Makami's music. He seems like a really fucking dope dude to just like talk to, you know what I mean? He's one of the artists. I don't know if I've ever spoken about this on my podcast, but I really commend Makami for just like, I reached out to him and he connected with me and he listened to Brujeria, one of my songs that I pretty much never put out until I think Brujeria was never on any album until I remastered El Cucuy. And then El Cucuy, I remastered it and added tracks. Oh, okay. So I think I had an EP called La Pirata de Ontario. And then I think La China was on there. Some other tracks were on there. But there were some songs I didn't like. So I just cut those and I added that with El Cucuy. And then I put that on the remastered. Brujeria was never on an album type shit. I think Brujeria was supposed to be on an album that I'm still trying to work on, but it's just like, what ends up happening is if I'm working on this certain album, songs will get dropped from that and it'll be put towards other albums, like Solo-Fi Singles 2, I think, was like a whole album I made that got made from cutting off from this one album. Like, to me, in my mind, this is the holy grail of albums that I'm trying to make. Who knows if it'll really happen, just because the title itself, who I'm naming it after, is very controversial. Not in the public. It's not named after Adolf Hitler or anything like that. Presley, you good? What the fuck was that? You scared me real quick. It's named after one of my family members, in which, you know, this person is responsible for the whole umbrella of my family. Like, when I go back, like if you go back to when I was talking about my Tío John and how we have literally like Sosa, Sanchez, Perez, Jimenez, like Garcia, like all these families come from this person alone. And this person was a very, very not beloved individual in our family. So, and even when I bring that name up, it's funny because my dad never talks about, okay, so this person is my great grandmother, cause just to break it down all the way, I'm not gonna say her name, and I'm not gonna tell you about the album and shit, because these fucking levas are out here like sharks. They just biting your shit. So my grandmother, my great grandmother, my grandma, my dad's grandmother, my grandma's mom, she is responsible for the whole family tree, right? So she was very negative from what I understand, and I think one of my tias gets her negativity from her directly. I could see my grandmother getting a lot of her personality from my great grandma, and I didn't know that there was that much animosity. I heard some shit, but you're like, well, people do say some fucked up shit from time to time, right? But I didn't know the magnitude of what, like, whatever. My mother does not like my great grandmother at all. She's told me stories, and maybe we'll get into that later. But my great grandmother is the genesis of all these families that came out, including mine. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get back to the root, because my great grandmother alone is responsible for all of us, right? So it's like, when you think about Ford and you think about all these cars that came from Ford, the F-150, 250, whatever, all these trucks, these like great trucks that are like in vehicles that are highly heralded in today's times, they all started from the fucking Ford model, whatever the fuck came out, right? In the early 1900s. So that's all it is. It's just me trying to pay homage, and I'm still working on what the fucking album is going to be about. I really don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Just like whatever, you know what I mean? I don't know. What the fuck is going on over here, yo? A Tesla parking across where these people live? That's crazy. Who the fuck is this page? Oh, this is probably like a Uber Eats driver or something. If you have a Tesla and you work for Uber Eats, you should probably reevaluate your job position. Okay, so yeah, I'm done talking about my grandmother. Done talking about all that. Okay. What should we go to next? Oh, I didn't make it. Today was the show at fucking in Maywood. I had to cancel on them. To be honest, man, I just wasn't feeling like with the rain and all that. Like, it's just I don't feel the vibe. You know what I mean? It's not nothing personal. It's not nothing, you know. And my apologies and shit for not rolling through. But it's just like this is the first time I ever canceled, and it's just like I don't feel it. You know, I'm very empathic, and I move it around in the world in a way where, like, if I don't feel like being anywhere, I'm not gonna be there. Like, it's nothing personal. It's completely on my own, by my own merit. And sometimes it's just like you gotta listen to you gotta listen to the universe. And I feel like a lot of people might disagree with that, but that's fine, bro. Like, it's just like they already had like a full packed fucking roster and shit like that, and they're already talking about they're gonna do an open mic without me for my set or whatever, and that's fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever it is they want to do without me is cool. Like, they have my 100% total blessing. It's not like they need it, but it's just like, you know what I mean? I'm cool with it. I'm just, when it rains and then going to LA, you're looking at like easy 4 hours. Like, for me personally, like where I live, going like over there and back, I'm easily looking at 4 hours round trip. You know what I mean? Plus, it's like, if I thought it was worth it, I would go, but I don't feel like, not even that it's worth going to, like, but it's just because I appreciate all my opportunities. It's just like when I feel deep down in my heart it's not a good idea, then I'm not gonna go. So, you know what I mean? I'm just, you know. So thank you, Abe the Freak. Thank you, everybody. Sorry that I couldn't show up, but you know, that's what it is. Yeah. Okay, so I've been watching this dude Lefty Gunplay, and he seems like a really I don't know, I'm not too big into his music, but he's definitely for the tierra. And can nobody say that this fool doesn't look like he's down, or doesn't talk what he lives, or doesn't live what he talks about, right? He just seems fully immersed in whatever street shit he got going on, which is in his own respects. Everybody's their own, man. Everyone chooses to do what they feel like they need to do. Me, it's just like, I'm just looking at it like fucking gang membership programming is fucking crazy. And he even said it himself. Like, some of the biggest gang members tell you like, oh, I'll never like have my son into this shit. As a matter of fact, Booyah Tribe, please forgive me, I'm forgetting the names, but one of the members of the Booyah Tribe, their son got into the gang that the Booyah Tribe is from. And the son was talking about how his father was so disappointed in him. And it's like, no shit, bro, because gangs only lead you in a box or in a cell. So it's like, what gang happy ending has anyone ever heard of? Like, oh yeah, I joined this gang and it was all nothing but fucking flowers and chocolates and money and opportunity. No, it's always like, all my homies died, I went to prison, you know, I lost my family, I fucking, you know, all this shit. Like, it's just like, so in 2024, if you're thinking about becoming a gang member, by your own merit, it's kind of like, why, bro? It's just super fucking waste of time, in my opinion. No disrespect. Now, if you gotta be a part of certain things because that's how you gotta survive, that's on you. But when you become a man and you gotta start making your own decisions, like, bro, like, if you're still living like how you were when you were 15, 16, it's like, what are we doing, bro? I don't understand it. Like, once you're a man, can't you just like not be around the gang? Unless you really put in that much work. Like, unless you pretty much dug your own grave, then whatever, bro. Like, whatever you got to do to stay alive. But if you weren't really active, if you were just like, you know, you were down, but you weren't too active, and people like didn't really know you and shit, I think it's just best for you to just not drop the flag, but like, bruh, come on now. You gotta live for something more positive than an organization that poses no opportunity for you but death, right? So it's not like it's an organization like a organized a criminal organization where like they protect you and you're insulated and you have these sort of backings financially. Like, no, it's like every man for himself. So if it's every man for himself, why the fuck am I gonna join a gang? That's why I never got into it. That's, you know, don't get me wrong, like I fought for like on my behalf and like whatever I represented, but it wasn't like I was giving my life and giving all my energy to something else that I felt like that wasn't gonna equally benefit me in any type of capacity. But shout out to Lefty Gunplay, man. If like I said, everyone has their own decisions to choose, and if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. Like, fuck it, man. Like, whatever, you know. I just, you know, I'm praying for him, man, because I already know I've had homies like that. Like, I know people who are super deep and like the gang shit is all they know, and I just hope that one day it just clicks for him and it's just like, you know what, this ain't for me. I don't want to do this shit anymore. And hopefully that sets them free, man, because I tell you this right now, man, rolling on your enemies and shit, it seems like a fun idea. It seems cool, like on some outsider shit to be a part of a gang. But then once you start losing all your homies and your mom is spending however much money to get you out of a jam and shit like that, it's not worth it, bruh. I mean, my parents vehemently told me like they would send me to military school, boot camp type shit if I ever was fucking up seriously. And I did fuck up as a kid. I just wasn't a part of that. I was just a knucklehead ass kid getting into trouble. Not even too much trouble. It was just more so like I wouldn't listen. I would rebel. I would do, you know, juvenile, like stupid juvenile delinquent type shit and not no crazy shit to get a rep. You know what I mean? But like I said, going back to everyone has their own choices to make and everyone has their own path. Like I always think that God has seen everything in your life. Like people think, like I honestly feel like there's no such thing as like free will in the matter that everything is influenced by something else. You know what I mean? I'm an influential individual on other people, and I've been influenced by other individuals. So it's like everything is moving and shifting in the same way. You just not might see it yet. Like if you're part of the gang shit, all the gang shit is moving in the same manner because it's all being influenced by the same thing. The when it comes to the politics, the street shit, the drug game, like all the crime and all the police and all that is all shifting in the same manner. Like there's no, oh, okay, I'm gonna go outside and arrest this fool because that's how it's done. Like, no, bro, there's corruption. There's certain influences that are gonna influence you, and that's just that, bro. Like, yes, there's free will, as in, yeah, I could go right now to the store and buy me a bag of chips, but you don't think that God don't know that you're gonna fucking want to go get some chips and shit like that? No, bro. You don't think, like Dick Gregory said, shout out to him. I always shout him out on the podcast. You don't think God knows your rent ain't your rent due? Like, of course. So where do we go? I have so many topics to talk about. This is just like a topic heavy ass. Let me get some water though, cause I fried my shit when I yelled in the beginning. And let me show y'all the brand real quick. Look at this. Boom. I got the shirts on and popping. Got the shirts on and popping. Look at this. Hold up. Hold up. Hey. La Merca Superior, baby. I got the shirts on and popping. Very limited. I doubt anybody's going to buy any right now. But at some point, I'm going to have a whole bunch of people hitting me up for shirts from the podcast. And I appreciate that, man. I can't wait. If you're one of those where in the future, and I'm calling it, if you're from the future and you want merchandise, I probably have it already. So you just let your boy know what you want and I could get what you need, bruh. Because I'm very, I already got the next batch of clothes. You know what I mean? But they're very limited. So like whatever you got out there, I probably didn't put out again in the same capacity. It's probably like different colors, different things like that. You know, I barely just launched the shit and I already sold out a small and medium. And I'm super big on the tarot shit, man. So the fact that I even got everything that I wanted is just like, wow. It's like, I thank the universe so much because this is something that I've been wanting. This is something that I've had an idea for years. I've been wanting to do my own clothes for a long ass fucking time. So the fact that I can even do it and be successful at it, it gets me a little emotional. I'm not gonna lie, man. I just, not even emotional, but it's just very much like gratitude. Emotional is like, you know, me crying like a novella, but you know, thank you to everybody who bought a shirt. Thank you. It really means a lot to me. This is a long time coming. It's not like this is an overnight thing. This is something that I've had like swimming in the swimming pool, in the ideas of my head, or whatever. I got fucking confused right there. Yeah, so nothing is ever a mistake with me. Just know that if I ever do something, it's because I've thought about it and I fucking like whipped up this brew of like, let me just figure it out and then do it, because that I'm like a leopard when that, or a cheetah when that happens. I fucking do my research, right? I do the stalking and then boom, the food is mine. Like I already know, you know what I mean? You have to be confident in yourself in this game to know that you might fuck up, right? You might not sell, like, of course I didn't sell out of everything, but I sold out of a lot of what I had, more than 50% of my inventory in just a matter of two days, bro. Like I made a lot of sales in 2 days, enough for me to recoup my money so I could invest in the next product. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I lost some dollars and shit like that, but this is why, like, I've already been working, so whatever I lose, I could just make up for my paycheck and invest that again. It's all about investing with me. You know, like I said, like I know people who gamble, a lot of people who just gamble their money away. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? Chava Styles seems like he's pretty fucking got it figured it out with the whole whatever he's doing and shit. Like he's mapped out this shit like the stars and the Canis Major systems and all that. So if you could gamble and shit and make your feria like that, that's cool. But me, I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool with gambling my money at all. Like I need a fucking, is it gonna hit or is it not gonna hit? Because if it's not gonna hit, I'm just not gonna want to fucking do it. I'm gonna want to invest my money. And trust me, these shirts are step one. You already see the hoodie, but my whole thing is consistency. You know, I don't want to scare my customers. I want to buy their loyalty first. Okay, you get the shirt, you get a consistent whatever my price is. I don't want to give my prices away, but you get what you pay for, right? And you know, when you come and see your boy, that's the price. But if I come out with a hoodie, this ain't a cheap ass hoodie, bruh. If I come out with some fucking hoodies and I tell you it's $100, I don't want to scare my customers away. I could do that. But my whole thing is I'm trying to be as limited as I can with all my resources so I could just build the empire. You know what I mean? It's all about building. So that's just what I wanted to say. I want to appreciate everybody again for buying a t-shirt, supporting. You know, I already know there's like 2 or 3 people that are like, whatever you come out with, I'm gonna support it. And that's the difference, man. Don't be trying to tell me you're gonna support me and when I come out with something you don't support it. Like, actually speak louder than words. You know what I mean? I fucking love the people. Yeah, just hit me up. Boom, I got it. Boom. Just let me know. No, give me a shirt and just let me know. Versus, oh yeah, I got you for sure. Yeah. But like your whole time you bluffing, bro, because you're really not. I don't know what it is. Like people, they see I already got a mind for this shit, and they know they believe in me, but like half-ass. Like they got one foot out of the door. You know what I mean? Like you believe in me, but you don't believe in me. You believe in me, but you don't want to support me. That's fine. If you don't support me, that really means that you don't really believe in me, and that's fine. There's a lot of people like that, and I understand it, but I just rather not be around you, you know what I mean? Because I look in your eyes and I already see what it is. Like, I see that you see something in me, but you're not going to go all the way with it, you know what I mean? Whatever, that's fine. I could really give a fuck less, you know? Because you probably don't even listen to my music anyway. You probably don't even, when you go home and shit, and when you think about whatever the fuck, you probably like, fuck, this fool's lame or whatever. And okay, well, just say how you really feel then. Because if you're gonna want to be like straight up lying, then I'm not gonna want to be around you. You know? So there's a lot of battle rap shit that I want to talk about, but I'm getting some messages. Let me see some messages. Let me read my messages. Yeah, whatever. They're still talking about the show and all that. Like, whatever. I don't even know why I read them on the podcast. I should have just waited till whatever. But yeah, In-N-Out-Haterz. Let's get into some fun shit. I had to fucking put my hat on right here. See that shit right there? I had to put my hat on right. This is for all you In-N-Out-Haters. You are not cool just because you hate In-N-Out. All right. You think that Tommy's is better than In-N-Out? That's cool. Fuck your shitty ass opinion. You think that Red Robin's got better fries than In-N-Out? That's cool. Fuck your shitty ass opinion. You think that just because you're an In-N-Out hater, that gives you the right to fucking speak your dumb ass opinion? Guess what? You don't. If you're a real Californians love that animal style shit. If you don't fucking go up right there at In-N-Out and you don't tell them, let me get a fucking #1 animal style fries, or pink lemonade, or a chocolate shake, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear your opinion. Because if you don't rock with In-N-Out, I can't rock with you. You're telling me you don't like the yellow fucking chilies at In-N-Out? You telling me you don't like the fries, they fucking like, fuck you, bruh. Straight up. If you're an In-N-Out hater, it's fuck you on sight, bruh. Straight up. And this isn't no violence against the In-N-Out haters. I'm just saying, if you don't like a fucking double animal style with animal style fries, go fuck your mother. It makes sense to me, bruh. In-N-Out, first of all, wasn't it like the first In-N-Out in Baldwin Park or something? This shit is some real hood shit, y'all. This is like anybody who hates on King Taco. If you hate on King Taco, you're asking for a shanking at some point. And you know what I mean? I don't want this to come off as violent. This is straight up passion right here, because you're talking about the raza. You're talking about the people that built this shit right here. There's literally more fucking In-N-Outs with lines down the block than fucking Jordan when he drops a new shoe. No disrespect to Jordan, but Jordan disrespected the culture, so guess what? It's fuck Michael Jordan anyway. Anything I said about Michael Jordan and my songs, I don't give a fuck about that shit either. But check this out, right? I love me some In-N-Out. And what the crazy shit is, I get burnt out of In-N-Out. I eat In-N-Out one time, I'm done for like 2 months. But sabes que when I come back to In-N-Out, it's like fucking like going back to your ex that know that she'll gonna give you that A1, that boudin pussy and head or something like that. Like, you know what you're gonna get. It's like buying Coca-Cola. You know, every time you open a fucking can of Coke, you know what you're getting. So with these In-N-Out haters, I just don't understand it. You're not cool, bruh. Like, you're like, well, the crust in the hamburger patty and the fries and the type of sunflower seed oil. Like, you sound stupid, bruh. Stop trying to come up with this scientifical bullshit to try to make up for the fact that you're just a hater. Like, that's like, give me a very well explanation of why you think In-N-Out is not good, and I'll give you a really great explanation of why you're a fucking dummy, bruh. You's a tarun, bruh. Straight up. I don't understand it. We've been In-N-Out since I was like -4. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fucking the deal is. I hate going to In-N-Out like anytime after 3. Monday through Thursday, and I hate going to In-N-Out at all Friday through Sunday, because it's like anytime on a weekend, starting Friday, maybe even Thursday night, maybe that In-N-Out line ain't fucking around. That's just going out of the street onto the fucking the street, and it might go up to the freeway ramp and shit like that. You're fucking with an establishment that is beloved in the state of California so much that it branched off to Las Vegas, and then didn't they go somewhere else, like fucking New York or some shit? And these assholes want to bring up Whataburger or Shake Shack or whatever other dumb shit. Granted, I haven't tried these places. I'm talking all, let me talk my shit, right? But when it comes to In-N-Out, there is no other fast food burger that's fucking with In-N-Out. It's like In-N-Out, Farmer Boys, Bakers, everyone else can suck a dick, right? There's a lot of burger joints out there, and they might be mom and pop, they might be this and that, but it's different. It's not the same as, like, it's just not the same. Like, you're gonna get that consistency. You go anywhere else where it's like a business like Andy's Burgers. Andy's Burgers is all right, but Andy's Burgers #2 might be bullshit. Like same thing with Flo's. If Flo, you ever talk shit about Flo's, I might backhand smack the fuck out of you, because Flo's is a great business. But Flo's #1 ain't like Flo's #2. They got 2 different menus, 2 different fucking clienteles, 2 different people to serve. Flo's #1 is like real countryside. Veteranos go there. You're gonna see at least one World War II or Vietnam veteran over there eating, right? Versus like Flo's #2 is like more so for like the locals, right? You know, it's like an old school diner type vibe and shit like that. So with these like old school establishments, man, it's just like, respect it, man. No one's gonna think you're cool because you hate on In-N-Out, guy. Like, who the fuck you think you are? You're not nobody just because you hate on In-N-Out. And if you do hate In-N-Out and you bring up like a Burger King or some shit like that, do me a favor and just jump out a window. Whatever closest window, I don't give a fuck if you're in a car. Jump out of that right now, cause you fucking on you just high. You high as a bitch to me, bruh. I don't understand what the fuck it is with In-N-Out haters, but this is it. In-N-Out haters, it's on site 2K24. We got a lot of shit. We're not even gonna get all this shit. And I don't even care either. Should we talk about battle rap? Yeah, let's talk about it. I already brought it up. Okay. So, Murda Mook has been talking all kinds of shit to Serious Jones and Hitman Holla. Hitman Holla fried Murda Mook. He did like some sort of a response video where he was putting together clips between Murda Mook and Hitman Holla, and I really love Hitman Holla's approach. He didn't talk all kinds of shit in the interview or try to logistically give out his perspective. He was like, no, let me bust an ARP, shout out RBE move, and fucking put together all the clips. We kept the files. Bring out all the clips on why this fool's a fucking hater and why I'm the shit. I love that shit. I love when fools just get ethered. You know what I mean? So Hitman Holla was basically saying how Murda Mook is just disrespecting him. And from the outside looking in, it kind of does look like Murda Mook wants to Hitman battle. And it's funny because Mook needs the Hitman Holla battle more than Holla. Holla can battle anyone. Holla is like the end game at this point. It's like Mook and Lux are the old school, like Bowser's end game, final boss type shit. But to me, it's kind of like you look at. You can only be the final boss as long as you could smoke everybody. And guess what? Lux got smoked by Geechee. I don't think he's battled anybody since then. But Lux took a super L against Geechee. I think, no disrespect to Loaded Lux, I think he needs to go back to the drawing board and figure out, like for me, I think one of the best battles, like body bags he ever did was against Charlie Clips. I love seeing that battle, him and Charlie Clips. That was a classic. Definitely, you could say it's a gentleman's 30, but like just lyrics alone, I think Lux got almost every round versus Charlie Clips. You could give Charlie just one for like a collective, like everything he fought back in the battle. It wasn't like Clips just like fucking sat back and got demolished. It was like he fought, but it wasn't really like, it wasn't like he just, like he fought back, but it wasn't enough, right? Like Lux demolished his whole shit. So I think Loaded Lux, he can be up there again. He just needs to get it together. Like he was on a streak. Like he was on a streak for the longest time. But then he got hit by a wall, Geechee Gotti. So then we got Murder Mook, right? Murder Mook, I feel beat Tay-Rock clearly. But then he got killed by Big K. Big K is arguably, if not indefinitely, the champion of the year for 2023. I hope he wins it. I don't think anyone else deserves it. I don't think anyone else has been on the run. Let me look up Big K's what is it? Verse tracker. Big K verse tracker. Big K verse tracker. So with Murder Mook, I just feel like both Mook and Lux aren't the final bosses anymore. If anything, I would feel like the final bosses would be something like maybe Averb, Hitman Holla, Geechee Gotti, definitely another like final boss. Maybe at this point, Big K. Charlie Clips in some way. There's a few names out there, DNA. There's just a lot of great battle rappers that are like this generation's final bosses now, because to me, I don't accept Lux and Mook anymore. Like they just don't have the great like a up-to-date track record. They don't come outside. They battle like once a year, if that. Mook's been battling more, but it's just like, it's not enough, bruh. And I love Big K's run, but for 2023, but the only thing I don't like is that he fucking, were these battles in 2022? No fucking way. Big K didn't battle Hollow the Don? Who battled Hollow? Was it Ill Will? Okay. So maybe I'm getting confused, because 2022 was a different, oh yeah, okay, I am getting, he battled Clips in 2021? Holy shit. I think it's funny. I try to like group Big K's like last 10 battles in like 2023, but it's not. Okay. So in my opinion, Big K arguably could have been champion for 2021. 2022, he battled Reed Dollars. I didn't really like that battle. 40 Cal, didn't really like that battle. Not that I didn't like Big K, but it was just like, if your opponent is just like sucks, then it don't make unless you like 30 them into the ground, then it's not really an enjoyable battle. You know, Briz versus Arsenal was one of those 30s where you could go back to because like Briz's performance was immaculate. Who was I gonna bring up that 30 the other person? I don't know, but there's bodies like that where it's just like the other Briz versus Wavy, you know what I mean? Wavy's rounds were terrible. Arsenal's rounds were terrible, but Briz just brought it, like overkill. Like, you know when you send the nuke, like, you know when you get 25 straight kills on Call of Duty? That's the equivalent to like Briz versus Wavy, Briz versus Arsenal. Like, you got 25 straight confirmed kills and then drop the nuke end game, the Exodia card, the 5 pieces, big collected. It's over. Exodia obliterate. This shit is all gone here. You know what I mean? Like, but the J Mills battle, I didn't like that battle. Reed Dollars didn't like that battle. 40 Cal didn't like that battle. Jada Knight, I didn't like, to be honest, I didn't like any of them battles. 2022, the Eddie I, that's not even really a for real fucking battle. Charlie Clips versus Big K, I love that battle. That's great. This might be a controversial whatever, but yeah, actually we might have to talk about this. We're probably not even gonna talk about everything I was gonna say. Let me just go back real quick to Hitman Holla versus Murda Mook. Let's stop talking about this shit and do it. Mook, you cannot talk all this shit about Hitman unless you're gonna sign a thing. Come on, bro. Like, you're not gonna stay relevant in this game just because you talk a bunch of shit about people. Like, you're banking on your name for people to interview you so you could talk more shit about someone else. But unless you're gonna sign that contract and get in the ring, stop talking. You know what I mean? And I got all the respect and love for all these battle rappers, whether they be the legends, they're dog shit. Like, I could never battle. As a matter of fact, I have for anyone who even gives a fuck, I have one of my songs I say, so shout out Chava Styles. He got me in a battle rap. He showed me Charlie Clips versus Loaded Lux Daylight. That battles are all right. It's not, it's not nothing crazy, but after seeing that, my ego told me, like, fuck these fools. Like, who are these fools? These battle rappers. What the fuck, fool? You can't rap. You can't really rap to no fucking beats like that. So I said, fuck battle rap and the gatto clap if I put the chromie to your dome piece. Okay, that's great. The song wasn't that great, though, right? So I have nothing but love and respect for all the battle rappers, the battle rap community. I'm a avid battle rapper fan. I love it, right? So Murda Mook, you gotta stop crying. Stop crying and get in the ring. Goods. I want to see that battle with Big K. I love that you broke it down and you have your opinions about this and that. Get in the ring, bro. I want to see it. Goods versus Big K. Money versus machine guns. I want to see it happen, bro. 2024, let's do this shit. Big K, I'm talking to you right now, right here. You got to go out there and demolish everybody. You got to keep up with it because you came in smoking shit. A-Ward got him. Gotta go fucking pack this ass up. Gotta go Murda Mook pack this ass up. Gotta go T-Rex. Gotta go Young Ill. Gotta go Sharon. This was one battle you did not need to do, but you had to do it to try, because Sharon is kind of like the end game for King of the Dot. He didn't need to do it. You could have saved this battle. I don't know if you were unmotivated. I don't know, yada, yada, yada. Who gives a fuck, right? But I feel like you took Sharon. What's funny is the Big K versus Sharon is the opposite of Big K versus A-Ward. Everyone had A-Ward winning going in, and I feel like, for me personally, I had Big K winning versus Sharon. I had all the faith in Big K smoking A-Ward, but he completely blew his ass out of the water. Pause. I think this is one of the fucking like greatest 30s of all time, Big K versus A-Ward. But when it came to Sharon, it was the same thing with Charlie Clips, where it was like it wasn't enough. Like, Big K has to come with everything in the arsenal when it comes to a Sharon, when it comes to a Charlie Clips. When Big K, when you battle these monsters, you gotta come with the guns, all the guns loaded, all the jokes, all the guns, all the personality, because that's what we come to see you as fans for. When you only come with the gun bars and like, it's good, don't get me wrong, you put up a great fight, but when Sharon was coming with everything, the rebuttals, the jokes, the angles, like a Big K versus Murda Mook Big K, the Murder Mook rounds against Sharon, something like that, it would have been a classic. It would have been one of those like who debatables, like who knows who would have won that shit. But I feel like Sharon clearly beat Big K 2-1. I feel like Charlie Clips beat Big K 2-1, just for the simple fact that they're very well-rounded battle rappers, and the fact that they have rebuttals, they have jokes, they have just like these angles and schemes type shit that like Big K's not really known for. When Big K does it, he does it very well, and he could compete with the best of the best, right? So that's the only thing I feel like that'll hurt Big K from not getting Champion of the Year for 2023, because they're all like, when it comes to Big K, everyone's a super like, you either rock with him or you're like a super hater, you know what I mean? I'm just looking at it like subjectively, like as a fan, as a super fan, as just somebody who wants to see Big K do better, bigger and better battles. I feel like that's something you could learn from. It's just like, there's no hate, there's no nothing like that. I just feel like, you know, maybe like listen to what some of the words I'm saying, and you know, if I'm a fucking hater for whatever you want to block me, that's cool. But just like, I just want to put that out there as a fan, like, you know what I mean? Maybe I don't know everything. Maybe I missed something. We could create a dialogue. I would love Big K on the podcast. This isn't like, you know, for try to get him on the podcast, but I'm just saying like, Big K is my favorite battle rapper right now. And I don't want to see him take Reed Dollars. I don't want to see him battle 40 Cal or Jay Mills. Like, who gives a fuck about all these rappers, Big K? The Murder Mooks, the T-Rexes, yes. Young Ill, yes. A-Ward, Sharon, yes. Like, impeccable battlers that Big K took for 2023, and I want to see that again 2024. Let's start with goods. Let's start with somebody strong, somebody that we know will be a classic battle. And all I have to say is, Big K, you got to come with all guns loaded. Like, if you're not inspired, if you're like just taking the battle just to take it, like, don't do that, bro. I want to focus Big K. I want the Big K that is ready to bury a motherfucker. Like, the Murder Mook and A-War battles have to be studied in the fucking Hip Hop Hall of Fame archives of all times, because this shit was fucking immaculate. And I know I was ranting and raving about Big K, like pom-pom and this shit for a while, but I just really love watching battle rap. And you know, I would love to see what Big K does next in the next year. Message of the day is, stay on the grind, stay about your business, man. Don't let anyone or anything stop you from your goals and your opportunities, because trust me, if you don't have them, you will have them. And when the ball is thrown, you got to catch that shit, run it, fucking get a touchdown, keep running to the other side of the fucking whatever football field nearest that, touchdown on their shit, say fuck you, suck my dick, and keep it pushing, man. Don't let up on the gas. Whatever it is you're doing, do that shit to the fucking fullest, or don't do it at all. Ain't no pussyfooting in 2024, all right? You got to bring your A game. You're going in like the fucking Marines, bruh. You got to come with guns fully loaded, ready to rock. And with that, this is the God's Hour.
Bash Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now, while the angels fly over my headstone.